childhood obesity is on the rise in India.
It is a major concern today for parents.
Sedentary lifestyle, improper eating habits, and lack of physical activity. Today, families are spending more and more time on the phone, on the TV versus doing physical activity, and more families are choosing to eat out.
So many kids today are sitting for hours on the iPad or watching TV, and they're not getting any physical movement. This becomes a major concern because they're not able to utilize the carbs, the sugar that they are eating, and it instead gets stored as fat.
I would also like to point out 3 other causes of obesity which are not so commonly known, but they are big contributors. And one of them is, of course, lack of sleep. Sleep has a direct connection with hormonal imbalance and obesity. So today more and more youngsters are actually compromising on their sleep. They are sitting up all night or till late nights watching OTT content. Another very important factor which also causes obesity is childhood trauma and family environment, which again very few people acknowledge, but there is lots of research out there which shows there is a direct connection between increase in the childhood trauma areas with increase in the risk for obesity. So when children go through a lot of physical abuse, emotional abuse, or sexual abuse in childhood, their risk of becoming obese as teenagers or young adult multiplies with every increase in the childhood trauma element. Reduce the screen time to develop healthy eating habits as a family, and not just for that child who is obese. Do not force feed your children when they are young. Today parents are working and they put the child in front of the TV or a phone in order to make the child eat. Now this may seem easy in the beginning, but as this child grows up to be an adult, there is a high likelihood of developing unhealthy relationship with food. Another thing is, of course, do not shame the child, work on the child's emotions and work on the psychological well-being of the child, because we know that childhood trauma and emotions like depression, stress and anxiety can lead to obesity, binge eating and stress eating.
Let's try and stick to homemade balanced meals. It can be very simple. I know for a lot of parents, they get overwhelmed what to offer their child, but even just a simple carb like just some rice or some millets, do a simple protein like dal or paneer, offer fruits and veggies on the side, and any fat like you offer, you cook the foods in oil or you add some yogurt there. Simple balanced meals, this is the best thing for them. They don't need anything too complicated or fancy.